Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be talking about Jamin Davis calling out Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera the other day on Instagram. We'll talk about all that and what it means. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content on the road to 9,000 subscribers. So please help me get there. Also hit that like button and turn on that notification bell. It really does help out a ton. So this happened a couple days ago, but I wanted to, touch on it a little bit. So if you guys don't know, the other day, I think it was the day after the game, Jamin Davis kind of, had an Instagram post talking about people criticizing him, and it really seemed like he was pointing towards Jack Del Rio and maybe even Ron Rivera. I'll show you guys the video in a little bit. I'll show parts of it because, there are some, curse words that I don't want to get demonetized or anything. So basically the first part of it, he kind of says, the coaches are ungrateful sons of what, and then I'll play the rest of it right here for you guys so you guys can hear it.
And all I can hear is criticize, criticize, criticize. Mixed together.
So basically just saying that all they do is criticize, 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 and some people might say, the fans, he's talking about the fans, and that could be true. But I feel like he would have done that after week one, because I feel like after week one, there was a lot of fans criticizing his performance. There were some fans that weren't, but there were a lot of fans that were. But after week two, I feel like a lot of fans actually thought Jamin Davis actually had a pretty good game. I did. I thought he had a solid game. And the thing is, though, right after the game, that week, Jack Del Rio kind of, went off, but called out Jamin Davis a little bit, saying that, he had a so-so performance, and then he said he didn't really play well. He needs to play better. We expect better and bigger things from Jamin Davis. That's what he said. And then Ron Rivera, after the game, he said, Jamin Davis was inconsistent. And then he also said about Jamin Davis, we are running out of time. We got to go out and got to be consistent. And then the next day, Jamin Davis goes out and posts that on Instagram. So I don't really think it's a coincidence. I think he was talking about those two. I really do think so. And about an hour after the post happened, he deleted it. He deleted the post. And, I think he kind of he kind of said things were taken out of context, but I'm sure he was told to say that. I think he was upset about Jack Del Rio, what he said, and then after the game, I don't even know if he saw what Ron Rivera said, but Ron Rivera, as you guys can see in these comments, was very, very critical of Jamin Davis, saying he's inconsistent and we're running out of time and we got to go out and be consistent. And to say that is that's big. And Jamin Davis, I said it before, he's a direct, reflection on, Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera. Those guys drafted him, or at least Ron Rivera did, and, Jack Del Rio, Rivera, Steve Russ, those guys were supposed to develop him, and they haven't really done it yet. We'll see. He had a better performance in week two, but that's just one game. We need to see more out of Jamin Davis, but I think it's, a lot of it is Rivera and Jack Del Rio's fault for not properly developing, for playing him out of position last year, all of those things, and then to single him out week one. And then after week two, I think he was the only player that was really name dropped for not having a good game after. First off, I don't really think that's really cool to name drop someone after the game, even if you played well or if he was obviously playing bad. But the thing is, I thought he was one of the better defenders on the team against the Lions. He wasn't amazing, but he was better than he was before, and definitely better than guys like William Jackson III, Kendall Fuller, Cole Holcomb, some guys on the D-line, and others as well that deserve to be called out. I think William Jackson III 100% should be called out. He's been terrible. The first 2 weeks, terrible. Last year, not very good. Not worth the $14 million a year that he's getting. $14 million a year. He's not worth it. He's, a vet. It's not like it should take him a long time to adjust. They sign him. He should be getting called out. If, anyone should be getting called out, it should be him. And Rivera decides to call out Jamin Davis. There's other players, like I said earlier, Cole Holcomb has not played well. He just hasn't. You can, on the, TV copy, on the film, no matter how you put it, how you slice it, he hasn't played well. You know, you could argue Jamin Davis has played better than him, and that shouldn't be the case out of a second-year prod guy who played not good last year and is his first year in that outside linebacker position. So I think other guys deserve to be called out over Jamin Davis, even if Jamin Davis, deserves to get called out. Other guys should as well, but I don't think he deserved to get called out at all. And it kind of creates a little bit of drama, with him posting this, then deleting it an hour later, but it got a lot of attention, as you guys can see with the numbers right there. A lot of people saw it, not just Washington fans, but NFL fans. And it's not a good look for Jamin, I don't think, and it's not a good look for the coaching staff. Like, I don't blame Jamin for doing it. I just don't think it's necessarily the best idea. And I think, he's smart enough to know, like, what he's doing with this post. I think he's smart enough to know what he's doing with this post. And I don't think it was the smartest thing to post, but I agree with how he's feeling. Like, all these guys, all Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera doing are criticizing, and singling out him. So, I don't know what to say about that. And then today, which was kind of funny, is that, there we go. So Ron Rivera mentioned a few players who had good games defensively. John Allen, Daron Payne, Bob McCain, James Smith-Williams, and Jamin Davis. So, and that's kind of, interesting, because right after the game he said Davis is inconsistent and we're running out of time. So kind of like really negative comments, and then you have a really good comment by him conveniently after he watches the film. He's, I just think that he, either he was wrong in his assessment originally, or he feels like he needs to kind of backtrack because, like, he saw what Jamin Davis did and he kind of feels bad, or it's a little bit of a combination of both. He, thought Davis played worse, or when the game ended, he thought he played bad, but when he, got back, he looked at it and he actually played better than he thought he did. And also, he doesn't want to, he feels bad for kind of criticizing him unjustly after the game. So I think it's a little bit of a combination of both. I just think it's unfair that Davis keeps getting singled out, keeps getting criticized, when other guys on the defense need to be, should be called out. They should. William Jackson III. Even I think Kendall Fuller gets a little bit more of a pass. We'll see what he does in the next few games, because he's played well for us before. William Jackson III hasn't. Maybe 1 or 2 games, but nothing more than that. Consistently getting burnt, missing tackles, having, penalties. Like, it's just too much. And, like, I don't know. We're getting to the point where, like, I don't think he should, like, we'll wait a few more weeks, but at some point, like, you might have to discuss just not playing him and moving Benjamin St. Juste to the outside and signing a slot guy, because it's getting ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous with William Jackson III, and hopefully they're able to correct it soon, because it's not looking good. And, maybe the defense will bounce back after, Cam Curl gets back this week and Chase Young eventually. But yeah, I don't think it's a good look by Del Rio and Rivera by, consistently criticizing players. And Rivera, it's weird. He never really does this. He says, like, if the players do what I ask, they're never going to get criticized or whatever. But, Davis is getting criticized, and Del Rio doing the same thing. So I think those guys need to be criticized a little bit more. And I think the fans are criticizing them. Might still make a video talking about my frustrations about, with Ron Rivera tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.